Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Now, if you have ever felt very overwhelmed and frustrated when it comes to figuring out or understanding makeup brushes, I hear you. I know what kind of a struggle it can be because you're wondering, what does this brush do? Which one do I need to buy? What is it going to make my makeup look like? Is it going to feel okay on my skin? It's so much harder to figure out what brushes and what tools you need to use and which ones you should invest in than it is when it comes to kind of choosing makeup for yourself. Because when it comes to choosing makeup, you can see the color. You can physically see the color, so you have an idea of what it's going to look like. When you look at makeup brushes, you have no idea because they all look the same. So I fully understand the struggle, but I'm here for you today to help completely solve this issue for you. I'm going to simplify it for you today. I'm going to show you the only makeup brushes and a few tools added in that you are going to need. This is a great video for beginners, but even if you are a makeup pro or you're just a bit more experienced in makeup, this may actually help you too. I'm going to show you how to get a flawless base and a makeup look without needing 25 to 40 tools. Think of this as your kind of go-to brush guide. I'll walk you through every brush, what it's for, how it's used, what it feels like, and why it works with certain textures, like which texture should you be using it with. We're gonna go through it all. And all the while, I'm gonna be doing a full look with it so that you can see exactly how these brushes work and the result that they can give you. Now I have my skincare on, I've got a primer on as well. We're gonna go straight in with base. Now the first brush that I'm gonna be sharing with you is something that you may have heard me mention numerous times throughout my videos. It is the BK Beauty 106 brush. Now, this is a brush that I absolutely love. It might be one of the brushes alongside another one that I'm gonna share with you later that I've used the longest because it is an absolutely amazing foundation brush. Now I'm gonna be using my tinted moisturizer today just because I'm going to Pilates after this, so I don't want a heavy base, but you can use any normal foundation with this. I'm using my Laura Mercier tinted moisturizer in the blurred matte, which is in my shade 3W Palomino. Like I said, this is one of the best foundation brushes that I've ever used. I feel like especially if you're new to base makeup, you're gonna absolutely love this. It's just gonna simplify everything for you. I do feel like there's less work involved when it comes to creating a look with this, and you get that seamless finish a lot quicker. It has, I would say, I'm not gonna say dense because it actually isn't that dense, but it also isn't overly soft. I would say it's somewhere in the middle. It's like a rounded brush and it just has like the perfect kind of like shape to it for it to just go over the full face without leaving any harsh edges. And because it's very slightly rounded at the edges, it's not giving you that harsh kind of like stamp finish. I feel like it's much easier to blend. This is perfect for buffing and pressing liquid or cream products into the skin. My personal preference is using this for foundation. I would say what makes this beginner friendly and like perfect is the size. It's not too big and it's not too small. The bristles are synthetic, but they're not too soft, like where everything kind of just disappears, but they're also not too kind of hard where it scrapes and hurts your skin. This does not streak your makeup. You're not going to get any streaky finish with this. I mean, I would never apply my makeup like this anyway. We're always pressing, we are always buffing, we are never dragging. We don't drag here. Now here's my pro tip when it comes to using this. Put your foundation or your tinted moisturizer on the back of the hand. You are then going to grab a bit of it and move it to the side like that. You're then going to buff whatever you've dragged to the side. This is the only time you do drag, and you're gonna literally buff it into the brush. Now we're gonna go over the skin. Now I'm gonna show you here, I've got a little bit of redness here, as you can see. I don't actually know why, but we're gonna just start pressing. So we are literally just gonna press this in, and we're literally dabbing. You can call it dabbing, you can call it pressing, whatever kind of works well for you. You can keep dragging and then buffing into the skin. See what I mean? Like there's literally no streaky finish. And I feel like just the perfect amount kind of gets absorbed into the brush and then it transfers really easily onto the face. Now that is from buffing, right? And this brush has to be my favorite brush. I've used this for so long, ever since the girls at BK Beauty sent it over to me, and I was like, initially I was like, oh, another new brush range, like, okay. But honestly, it's amazing. I've used them so much that I've actually requested a discount code, which you can use, because I'm like, I actually genuinely love these brushes. Like, I would like them to send me a few more of these so I have backup, please. If you're listening, more than welcome to send me over some more. But yeah, these work really, really well. Even the other brushes, and they do really good eye brushes too. You can get discount using my code, which is Nina10. So make sure you use that for a nice little sneaky discount. So we're gonna go ahead and buff into the other side. And I use this for all of my foundation application, whether I'm using tinted moisturizer or actual foundation. It works really well, right? So see how we've got that really nice finish now? Very seamless, very flawless. We're gonna move on to something else. We cannot talk about makeup brushes and not mention the OG tool, which is the Beauty Blender. This is amazing for using with your concealer. I would say you can use this as a foundation application kind of product tool as well. But honestly, I actually find using my brush way quicker. I'm gonna be real with you, using a sponge to apply foundation is great. You get a seamless finish, but it just takes so long because you're using this, and it's just, although it's not much difference in terms of size, if you think about it, surface area, right? It's quite close, right? So I don't know, I'd still find the brush quicker. I actually don't use it for foundation application for obvious reasons, because I've gone on and on about this brush, but I do use it for buffing in my concealer, and I feel like it gives me a really seamless finish, better than any brush would do. So that's why I'm adding this in now, because I don't want to just give you brushes for the sake of it. I'm being very realistic and transparent with you. This is going to give you the best finish for your concealer. So I actually like to prime this with a setting spray. So I use my Charlotte Tilbury airbrush setting spray, and I just like literally go over it like that. So I dampen it by wetting it and letting it get double in size. So I put it under running water, let it double in size, like keep doing it. Don't just do a quick one, right? You got to keep it there. It's not going to work otherwise, so don't rush this. Let it get double in size, and then you squeeze all the water out of it, and then you wrap a tissue around it, and then you squeeze it again. Then you wrap another tissue around it and you squeeze it again. That is your perfectly prepped beauty blender. Then obviously, like, I keep this for a few days before I wash it, and then if in between I need it to be a bit damp, I just use the spray basically, and that kind of like does it. I feel like this is great for the under eyes for your concealer, because your eye area is where the skin is thinner anyway, so you do want something which is a bit softer. You're not kind of really stabbing your skin with anything, so I do prefer this. It's a lot softer and more gentle on the area. I feel like when it is damp, like once you've sprayed some either setting spray on it, like a nice hydrating setting spray, a hydrating mist, or you've wet it under the running water, I feel like it does become a lot more bouncy and soft on the skin. And obviously it blends out cream and liquid products without looking streaky and harsh on the skin. So it does give you that kind of immediate seamless finish. If you, for example, use a different foundation brush and you don't want to go for the one that I have mentioned, which by the way would be a game changer for you, I can guarantee, but if you don't want to use that and use a different one and you end up with streaks, maybe you don't want to spend money at the moment, right? And you just want to use what you have. If you end up with streaks, then this is a good way to kind of go over to just really get rid of any brush marks or streaks. Let's apply some concealer so you can see how I use this. So I've got my Tarte Shape Tape here, and I'm just going to do my eyelids first, you know. Let's just put a little bit here. So I literally just go over. You can see how easy. And I just bounce. See how I'm just literally bouncing the whole area? I'm just gonna set this quickly and I'll go through all of this side in a bit, but I just wanna do these eyelids very quickly because they get a bit kind of messy with creasing and everything. Okay, so now let's do the under eyes. So this is where I just generally add a bit of concealer there. That's usually just to focus on my under eye dark circles, and then here I add a tiny thin line for lift, and I do the same here. Then I go into my under eye area I go over and I just bounce. There you go. See how I'm taking it up there? And I love the finish this gives me along the under eye area. I just feel like it's really